Good morning, afternoon, evening, friends and family, loved ones. This is your friend Kelly. Recently, yesterday, last week, both, there's we got purchased from another member of the community multiple knives. They knew that, especially this one, this is the Fractus, Tempest Knives Fractus. I had reached out to him a while back, however long ago it was, and mentioned, I saw him, I said, if you ever are interested in selling this with the blue carbon fiber insert, I would definitely be interested, because that's one Brian, I think, saw the one of the prototypes that KC had, and we were not able to get it when KC dropped and sold the prototypes. So I saw that he had this in a post, and I was like, if you ever get to want to sell this, and if somebody else hasn't previously reached out to you to have called dibs, I would dearly love for you to reach out to us. And a little while later, he did, and we got this for Brian, and he is just over the moon that we were able to get this for him. Thank you very much. You know who you are. I'm not going to say who it was. And then also the same person had a couple other knives, and I was like, hey, yes, we don't have an Asher. Wanted to pick one up, and actually me and Brian are both like this, and I'm like, I think I'm going to keep this one. It's more fitting for my hand. We'll put it that way. Yeah, sure. Like, it won't fit Brian's. He could use it, yes, but this Asher Wharny is an awesome little knife also. And if you haven't checked out Asher knives, you probably should, because they're relatively inexpensive and they're made really well. And then this is a Jack Wolf that Brian, that vampire, is it Vampire Jack? Is that what it's called? Honestly, I can't keep track of the name. Slip joint. But it's one of their bigger ones. If you guys know the slip joints, and especially the Jack Wolves, they are usually a little bit on the smaller side. And this one is the bigger variant that Brian wanted to get, and they kind of disappeared relatively quickly because I think everybody wanted them. And needless to say, that was another item that the gentleman had up for sale that I saw, and I was like, hey, is that still available? Because Brian would like that. And he goes, well, I don't have the original case that it came with. It got lost. Packaging. I was like, that's not a problem. I'm like, it's a good deal, and this is going to be a user for Brian, so that works fine. So needless to say, we picked these up, and we are very extremely happy with these. Now, one thing I am going to do, and I don't know how well I'm going to clean the scale up on this and see, and wax it. I think I have some wax here. I still need to find out what I did with my Mad Wax. I have another wax here, but if you don't know, you can wax carbon fiber. It usually will make the colors pop a little bit more. Brian's already done this, but I'll do this one again also. I should probably, I don't feel like taking it apart to get the scale off, the clip off. Oh, actually, I don't have to. I forgot this is one of those that are tipped into the bottom. Let's see here. Let's see if, yes, 6. T6 for the screw on the bottom. And it should, does it just pop out or pop up? I thought it popped up. Boy, is that snug in there? Or is that my imagination? It's snug in there. Okay. We'll clean that also. Yeah, that had some gunk in there. But there we go. But what I do is put a little bit of wax, and I'm hoping that you can see. And I do usually do the whole knife when I coat the wax, so I'm actually surprised I was able to do that with that way the blade and everything gets coated. Most of you know that I've done this a few times with other knives that I've had and shown you guys that it usually helps to make the carbon fiber pop. It may be something you need to do multiple times, but I do think it helps with the colors to pop, and it's also a protectant. I mean, that's part of why we do this and why I have multiple things of wax. I need to locate my Magna wax. I think I have it over there where I've got a pile of knives going that I'm going to take and clean all the blades and put the coating on. I'm just trying to see if I can get the actual Q-tip, if I need to get one of the other things out for that. That pretty much cleaned up that. That works. And honestly, me and a friend of mine joke about Kelly's Rule 167, since you know the knife rule 9 and number 9 and all that, that 167, just because the lower numbers were taken and my birth year was in 1967, so we jokingly call it Rule 167. I usually take apart majority of knives when I get them and clean them and before putting them back together. So it's one of those things that we always joke that, yep, doing rule number 167 here when we do stuff like that. But just to, like I said, on some of these, you need to do multiple layers of it to help. On the carbon fiber, micarta, it's the main two that I use this on. The carbon fiber, like I said, even some carbon fiber kind of dries out, but I don't know. But I think it does make it pop a little bit more, look a little bit nicer, and is a protectant. I mean, it's on the blade to help coat it, and there we go. You know, is this a perfect knife? No, but we didn't pay perfect pricing for it. It works for us, and like I said, Brian plans on carrying this. This may be one that goes in all the time for his pocket, and he may pick up another sheath for it. I told him if he wants to, we can. It's not that big of a deal, and it's also one of those things that it's going to get dropped in the pocket. It's going to get scuffed. It's going to get scarred. Leather does that. It's to protect your knife from any major dings and scratches. So this is perfect. But, well, heck, while I'm at it, since I took that off, I don't think Brian had already coated this, but since I kind of cleaned it up, I'll sit there and coat it again. At least I think he did. I vaguely remember him coming out and showing me, look at how pretty the blue shows up. But just in case he does, I don't know if he always thinks to coat the blade. That's something that I usually do half the time with me being home. That's why I got a pile of knives over there to go through. But this is just an awesome pickup, and we greatly, greatly appreciate you. Like I said, you know who you are, and wonderful knife. This completes what we wanted out of the Fractuses, and like I said, Brian was kind of sad when he wasn't able to get the prototype when Casey dropped them. So getting this more than makes up for that. We appreciate it and appreciate you. And hopefully everyone else enjoys looking at the nice little knives that we got. And I'm not going to sit there and make you sit through me waxing another one. I'll go ahead and wax the blade on this one. May work on taking these apart and cleaning them. We'll see. It probably wouldn't hurt to take these two apart since I already have the clip taken off. But anyway, thank you guys for watching me ramble, listening to me. I'd appreciate like, subscribe if you haven't. You know the deal. But let's see if we can actually get them more or less centered into the thing. But there's the 3 knives we've gotten recently. Thank you. Many hugs, many kisses, much love. Your friend Kelly. Bye-bye.